Snap more than the ball? We've got specialists for that. Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. ORLIN and Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
From the David Mack Sports Complex on the campus of Hofstra University, the Varsity Media Sports Network presents the Nassau Division I Wrestling Championships. It's all going down here on a Sunday at Hofstra. I want to thank, of course, our sponsor, ORLIN and Cohen Orthopedic Group, proud supporters of Nassau County Athletics. They feature a team of board-certified, fellowship-trained orthopedic subspecialists, as well as in-house advanced diagnostic imaging, neuromuscular testing, pain management, physical rehabilitation, and occupational therapy as well. Well, we welcome you here. Matt side, we got the best seat in the house.
Absolutely.
Dylan Butler alongside Kevin Chipos, the Massapequa football coach, was an All-American wrestler at Baldwin. So you know exactly what these guys are going through, what's in their minds as they reach the end of what has been a grueling couple of days.
Yeah, it's postseason. It's time to shine. It's all that months and months and years of hard work put to fruition so they can qualify for the state championship and reach their goals. It should be an exciting night.
And it's going to be packed here at Hofstra. We were here maybe an hour earlier, and the parking lots were pretty full at that point. So there's still a crowd coming in. Always one of the biggest sports days on the overall Nassau County calendar, but of course it's the day if you are a big fan of Nassau County wrestling, as many of these in attendance are.
Yeah, it's just a culmination. As I said, you know, these kids have punched their tickets to wrestle at the state championships, which is the ultimate goal. It's a qualifier for them, and they want to end their season as county champions and move on to the next phase, which is the state championships, and reach their goals.
Kevin, let's take a look at who will be featured here tonight from Hofstra. And there you see the lineup. Now, this is in weight order, but in fact, we're starting our competition today at 131 pounds, which means that the Shrianese Salazar is the main event, as it should be.
Absolutely. You know, anytime you with a featured match, it puts a little bit of added pressure and keeps the fans in their seats because they've been penciling that one in. So hopefully we get a good show from all these wrestlers. You want to see them put everything on the line. They've worked hard to get here, and just it's time to let it fly.
And a lot of these guys are familiar names, and a lot of these guys are in the finals for the second, even third year as well. So and also, of course, some who are just making their first appearance, which is extra special for those guys.
Absolutely. You know, whether you're here for the first time or the third or fourth time, you got to go out there and you got to wrestle like it's any other match. Do your warm-ups and your preparation just like you would for any other match, and go out there and try to score points. That's the bottom line.
Of course, some names that when we just take a look at this, and some guys, of course, Dania Sibomana, one of those guys, a national name at this point. Certainly excited to see him. Some returning champions. Let's take a look at those guys. And a couple of Long Beach dudes, huh? They got a great program at Long Beach. Roy Adams does an incredible job year in and year out. And those are two of the featured guys. And the man in the picture is Carlos Salazar, part of our main event tonight.
Absolutely. You know, Long Beach is a dominant program for years. Ray Adams just continued the tradition and starts at the youth program with Miguel Rodriguez, and it just carries forth to the high school level. Just an outstanding program. Salazar, he's been around, and he should be ready to go tonight.
As we're now getting ready for our parade of champions, we'll send it to Matt Side and the PA announcer to take it over from there.
Now I ask you to please stand and give a round of applause for our finalists for this evening's activities. Gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, there are a couple of presentations we'd like to make. Referee Kevin Acker, if you could come forward, please. Referee Vinny Paolano, please come forward also.
I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize one of our members, official for many years, who's retiring after his long and distinguished career. Vinny Paolano graduated from Calhoun High School in 1967, wrestled for the legendary coach Bob Murray. He only started wrestling in his junior year. By his senior year, he was county champion and runner-up in the state. He received a scholarship to wrestle at Syracuse University, where he placed second in the nation in 1971, losing to Ben Peterson, who the following year was an Olympic gold medalist. Vinny was an alternate on the 1972 and 1976 Olympic teams. He was also a member of the 1974 World Team, a member of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, Vinny Paolano. In recognition of 27 years of exemplary service to the LIWOA in the sport of wrestling, as an official, LIWOA president, board member, and most importantly, a friend, Vinny Paolano.
Thank you, Kevin. We have one other presentation before we announce our finalists for the national anthem. At this time, I would ask Kevin Bronski, coach from Jericho, Tim Godoy, coach from Uniondale, Anthony Scapino, coach from Fort Washington, and the president of the Coaches Association, please come forward. John Mankiewicz, would you please come out?
Good evening. We are here to honor John Mankiewicz, who has been our sectional coordinator for over 10 years now. He will be retiring from Jericho as well as from his sectional position as coordinator. John, I'd like to present you with a plaque from the Coaches Association. Longtime Section 8 wrestling coordinator, John Mankiewicz, has been the backbone of the Nassau County Wrestling for many years. Providing unwavering leadership, exceptional organizational skills, and a deep love for the sport. His steadfast decision-making and candid approach have earned the respect of coaches, athletes, and officials alike. Under his guidance, Section 8 wrestling has flourished, culminating in the ultimate achievement, winning the New York State tournament. His dedication to the sport and tireless efforts behind the scenes have left an indelible mark on the wrestling in Nassau County. On behalf of every team in Section 8 and all those who have had the privilege of serving under him on the board, thank you, John, for your years of service, leadership, and unwavering commitment to the sport we all love.
Thank you, Kevin. At this time, I'd like to introduce your finalists, the 101 pounds, from Massachusetts, John Putney. From Calhoun, Zach Nova. The 108 pounds, from MacArthur, Vince Martinello. From Long Beach, Rico Pinchulo. The 116 pounds, from Long Beach, Dunia Salamani. And from Valley Street North, Andrew Poe. The 124 pounds from Oceanside, Jake Streeters. And from Villa, Carlos Salazar. The 131 pounds from Oceanside, Chase Morris. And from Long Beach, Brody Franklin. From Massapequa, Kai Terringer. And from Belmore, J.F.K. Harlan Chugger. The 145 pounds from MacArthur, Jonathan Fox. His opponent from Baldwin, Grant Byron. The 152 pounds from Farmingdale, Eric Wolf. And 160 pounds from Clark, Justin Gonzalez. And from Calhoun, Robert Mello. And 170 pounds from Glenda Cole, Giorgio Valenzuela. His opponent from MacArthur, Michael Waters. And 190 pounds from Oceanside, Jared Marie. His opponent from Westman, Emmanuel Campus. And finally, the 285 pounds from Wandlaw, Andrew Perez. And from Massachusetts, James Mulhern. At this time, I would ask everyone to
more than the ball? We've got specialists for that. Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. ORLIN and Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
We're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
For fast fire perfection.
Come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any team looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
The loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash! What a way to end the third quarter!
As West barks out the signals. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sports coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here at the David Mack Sports Complex, campus of Hofstra University. Dylan Butler, Kevin Chipos, our entire Varsity Media crew getting set for the start of the Nassau Division I Championships. We will start at 131 pounds. And there's a look at the bracket as Chase Morris from Oceanside, Brody Franklin from Long Beach, the 1 and the 2 advance to the final.
Yeah, it's like they workmanlike through the bracket here with the pin and the 13-0 semifinal win for Chase Morris.
And that impressed me there, too, because it's against Will Grassini from Clark, who was a county winner in D2 a year ago. So you could see what Grassini did in the quarterfinal round, 20-2. So for Morris to be able to do what he did, not give up a point, obviously 13-0 is super impressive. But, of course, Brody Franklin in as well. And what's interesting here, and we said it yesterday about the individual but team aspect of things, when you look at the team scores, Farmingdale and Long Beach, fittingly enough, it would seem, are right there, 1 and 2. There's a lot on the line. These two are the teams that met in the Nassau D1 dual meet final, and that came literally down to the last match where Wilson Quintanilla beat Liam Hastings 17-2 by a technical fall. Farmingdale rallied from a 19-point deficit to win 36-31. Ended up being runners-up in the state tournament, falling to Minnesink Valley. So, again, it's Farmingdale and Long Beach right at the very top.
Absolutely. You like it when there's parity with the teams. You know, it brings a little more excitement into the finals when the team race is still in the balance. So these guys have that in the back of their minds too, but they're out there wrestling for their county championship as well.
Morris from Oceanside, the sophomore, part of Rob Blount's football team as well. We'll see a lot of those synergies tonight.
Yeah, excellent running back for Coach Blount. He's in on a nice single leg here. He's got to kind of get to the backside here where he can kind of shelf that near leg where he has it locked. He's got to elevate it. He's trying to be aggressive here, going to the head. Franklin doing a good job scrambling here. He's got to be careful. He's trying to roll through. Now he's got to get height here. Good athleticism there from Morris.
Yeah, no points yet for either wrestler. Morris on the year, 42-3, 107 wins and just 18 losses.
Double leg there. Brody tries a headlock here. Now they're in a scramble. Let's see who comes out on top. Now Morris has a cradle here. He's going to score.
Yeah, that's 3 on that takedown.
Good transition there. Now he's going to look for back points here. Franklin's got to do a good job of getting wide on his base here to avoid going to his back. Now Morris has the leg hooked. He's got to get his head in his side. He'll look to put his head in the ribs here to try to turn him over. But Franklin's doing a really, really good job of basing out and getting his head up. Good defense there.
Approaching the final 30 seconds of period number 1. And there's an escape point for Franklin.
A lot of energy spent there. 20 seconds. These guys are getting after it, which is good. This is what you want to see here. Franklin is very comfortable in the upper body. You can see. See if he can finish that. See if there's a stall call there. Nope. Good action here early.
Yeah, 6 seconds remaining in this first period.
These two look like they're going to wait out the end of the period here.
Yeah, they will.
A lot of energy spent there, especially with the upper body ties. It takes a lot out of you.
Morris a year ago placed 4th at 116. Lost to teammate Jake Shrianese, who we'll see later on as well. Franklin a year ago placed 3rd at 124. Dropped an 8-3 decision to Plain Edge's Shane Dobbins.
See what Franklin can do on top. Looking kind of like a head lever here, trying to pull that arm back for an arm bar. Morris goes to his feet. Good athleticism again there.
And that's an escape point for Morris. 4-1 is his lead.
See if Franklin stays upper body or tries to do more leg attacks. Looks like he's comfortable in that underhook position. Again, that upper body takes a lot out of you. Another throw. Nice counter there by Franklin.
He'll take 3.
And then 2 near fall there. So that's a 5-point move there for Franklin. Again, with that upper body, very, very skilled. That's almost a freestyle technique there. The Long Beach wrestlers are very skilled in folk style and freestyle, so they feel very comfortable, as you see here, in upper body movements. It's impressive.
And that's a 6-4 lead now, as you see in the top of your screen, inside this final minute of period number 2. Both of these wrestlers with more than 100 career wins. We mentioned Morris's record before. Franklin 37-7 on the season, 105-24 overall.
Morris has got to get one here in the last 30 seconds. It looks like he slowed down a little bit after that first period. Franklin looks like he's just getting started here. The Granby attempt there by Morris. Got to be careful. Morris has got to get his head up here. He's got to create a scramble.
You mentioned it before. He looks, of the two, to be gassed at this point.
Got to be careful there. No back points. He was lucky there to avoid a really, really bad situation.
Both of these wrestlers chasing a first county championship.
Yeah, Morris has to get his composure here. He's going to intentional start. 1 point for Franklin. He wants to go on his feet. He can tie it with a takedown here. Let's see what his strategy here is. Franklin continues to attack, or he's going to play a little defense.
And again, even though it looked like Franklin was in control with the rules this year, a takedown ties it up for Morris.
Yeah, you're never out of it with the 3-point takedown. I like the rule. It encourages scoring along with the 4-point near fall. The kids are getting after it, which is good.
Morris tries to shoot.
1 toe in also with the out of bounds. Let's see if he can bring him in. Fleeing the mat. Dom Del Vecchio felt that Morris was running off the mat there. He didn't try to stay in bounds. That's why the 1 penalty point came up. Came up for Franklin.
So it's now an 8-4 lead for Franklin.
So now Morris really has to go. He needs extra points here besides the takedown. He needs bonus here. But Franklin has good defense. It's smart wrestling here. He doesn't have to force any positions. He's got to keep good position, which is where he's at. He doesn't really want to be on his knees here. but he's controlling the tires with that underhook. It's going to shut Morris off. Morris has got to get going. You see Franklin, he's circling to the out of bounds, which is also smart. If he gets in any danger, he can go off the mat. Probably should stay out of the upper body, though. Stall call from good reaction. Great reshot there. There's your takedown.
Yeah, that was really impressive. 11-4 now, the lead for Franklin.
That's just great reaction off the whistle, and we call it re-attack off your opponent's shot. Just kind of find a corner there and collect both legs. Just well-schooled. Long Beach wrestlers are as good as it gets.
Yeah, he knew right away Morris needed to shoot.
You try to catch him off guard. Sometimes that works if your opponent's not ready, but Franklin has shown that he's ready in all three positions.
So as comfortable as you like, Brody Franklin is your county champion at 131 pounds. Good sportsmanship there shown as well. He takes this one 11-4.
Great match, both guys. What's great about this, though, is Morris' season's not done. He gets to go to the state championships with his top three. Going to the state championship, they still have a shot, so that's great.
We'll take a look at the bracket for 138, and not the two that many maybe thought would get here, but it's the 6 and the 8 seed, and it's opportunistic for these two guys.
Absolutely. When you get in this tournament, anything can happen. As you see, the 1 seed, he got injury defaulted to Tieringer, and he took advantage of it, winning a major decision in the semifinals, and here he is, only a sophomore.
And Sugarman, what about he had in the semifinals? You saw all those points that were scored there.
Yeah, that's what the fans come here for. They want to see points. They don't want to see 2-1, 3-2 matches. They want to see guys getting after it. The first match definitely lived up to that.
So here we go, 138. Tieringer, after that injury win, got a major decision to advance here to the semifinals. So proved he deserved his spot here.
Absolutely. You know, these kids, they're all here. They want to win. They want to score points. You know, it's good to see them let loose. Nice single leg attempt here. He's in deep. Tieringer's got to lift that leg. See if he can convert. He's got to try to collect that far ankle. Taking his time, smart here. Sugarman, good defense. Good defense. He has to try to face him here. Tieringer lifting. Jerry Omagao signals 3.
And then 1 for the escape.
Belmore Kennedy coaches don't like that, but nonetheless, it's still 3-1.
Sugarman won 12-11 over Cole Ridout from Farmingdale. His dad, a women's soccer coach right here at Hofstra, so he was certainly hoping to make the main mat. Tieringer continuing to be aggressive.
He's definitely the more aggressive of the two. Sugarman a little bit more defensive. Short time here in the first period. A lot of action, which is good.
Tieringer, a guy, as the first period winds down, a guy who, look, 30-4 on the season, reached the quarterfinals a year ago in the 124 pounds, lost to Anthony Clem, the eventual county champion, by technical fall. Now I'm taking a step up this year, not only in weight, but also making the move to the final stage.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. You want to see continued improvement from year to year. Kai's only a 10th grader, relatively new to the sport, just started in middle school. But you can see he's a fantastic athlete. He's got a good wrestler's build, very strong. He likes what he's doing out there. Chose to go neutral in the second period. I'd like to see if Sugarman can get on his offense here. He's been kind of playing defense to Thieringer's offense here. Another single leg by Thieringer in deep, but again, Sugarman is able to limp out of that. Very unorthodox. Might see a stall call here against Sugarman if he doesn't get an attack off.
Yeah, oftentimes when you are the one stalking or the one more aggressive, right, that's the officials like to see that as Sugarman there tried to make a shot. And
yeah, they want to see action out there. You know, they're going to enforce it and make sure that the wrestlers who are offensive are, you know, being rewarded for that. See another takedown here.
Yeah, talk about being rewarded. Thieringer did that as well. It's now a 6-1 lead.
Thieringer probably wanted to wait this out, maybe get a stalemate here from Jerry Armengau. It's probably what he's looking at. That's why he's not trying to improve. Smart there. Go behind at the end. See if he can hold him for the final 15, which he can't.
Another point for Sugarman.
Sugarman now, he knows he's behind. He's got to get on the offense now.
Oh, another takedown.
See the athleticism there from Thieringer, just things you can't teach.
So 3 in the takedown, no back points as the period ended there. Well, a blood timeout here for Sugarman, but it is Thieringer with the 9-2 lead.
Yeah, and that's smart wrestling by Thieringer. He knows that Sugarman is behind. He's got to come after him, so he's using his defense and his quickness to just take advantage of a poor shot. Right at the end of the period, so he ends the period on top and in command right now.
If you want to book a sportscast, contact Varsity Media today. You can have us produce a sportscast for your team or your wrestlers. It includes announcers like myself and Kevin Shippos. We have got great graphics. Instant replay, multiple camera angles. It'll be a memory your team or your wrestler in this situation will enjoy for a lifetime. 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. 9-2 lead for Thieringer entering the money period. Period number 3.
Thieringer's in deep. He's got to be careful how he finishes there. Sugarman has a bag of tricks here from feet to back. He's got to be careful. He's got to take high percentage shots here. I like that he's still being offensive, though, which is good. You see a lot of kids shut down in these situations when they have big leads. But he's not doing that. He's looking to score points, which is what you want to see. Nice shot by Sugarman. A little misdirection there, but the athleticism of Thieringer just blocking it off. Sugarman has the underhook in here to see if he can use that. Good defense here from Thieringer. Doesn't want to put himself in any bad situations.
That was quick. 3 for Sugarman. You got an escape as well for Thieringer, so it's 10-5 now.
See the power from really both guys. Really strong, athletic. No points there. Good flurry, though.
Final 46 seconds.
Thieringer's got to move his feet there. He's got to stay in good position. Sugarman taking ground, but he just can't get his base under him to finish the shot. Thieringer's hips and very, very heavy. Nice finish to the high crotch.
And that you would expect should win this one for Thieringer. 13-5 now the lead. 20 seconds remaining.
He's got to stay off his knees, not put himself in bad situation here. 10 seconds left.
An escape point for Sugarman, but it might just be cosmetic at this point. 11-6 or 13-6 the lead. And Thieringer He will soak in the ovation as he realizes he is a county champion. Congratulations to Kai Tieringer, the 138-pound champion. We move on to 145. And there you see the top seed lost early. Joe Brooks, your guy, football wrestler, got that win, and then a tight loss to Jonathan Fox. And there you see on the bottom part of the bracket, Franz Byron from Baldwin making his way to take on Fox, the 4 and the 6 seeds.
This should be a good one. Fox has been around. I haven't heard too much from Byron, but Fox has definitely been around for the past few years. He's looking to get this championship his senior year.
Yeah, Fox, you mentioned, we saw him last year place 3rd at 131. 108 career wins for Jonathan Fox out of MacArthur. And for Byron, 75 career wins for the junior. But a 30 in 5-year this year. So as you mentioned, maybe hadn't heard from him before this, but a massive junior year for him.
Absolutely. You know, he's here, so it says something about his record and his season up to now, and I'm sure he's going to let it on the line. Boxing for a nice high crotch. Again, just great technique. MacArthur, another one of those storied programs. Mike Marrero taking over this year, just continuing the tradition, the former general himself. An armbar here from Fox. Got to look to keep that legal. Rob Aquilina making sure that he's keeping it legal, not putting him in any unsafe situations here. Byron in a tough spot here.
All Fox early on.
I give Byron credit. That is not an easy situation that he's in right now. Looks like Fox is going to get some points here.
Yeah, he'll get some back points.
He's going to get back points, but I don't think the arm bars are tight enough for him to pin him. He's going to have to adjust.
And there you see the adjustment you mentioned.
He's going to try to sit through with his right leg to try to get Byron's hips to the sky. But I don't know if the arm bars are tight enough. He's got to kind of adjust here. He's trying to step back over the head, which could bring his shoulders to the mat. Byron's rolling through, but now he's got to adjust. Whoever's hips are higher is going to score. And then you get Byron, his hips are higher, he comes through with the reversal, but 4 back points for Fox first.
A lot of scoring there, 7-2 the lead right now for Fox.
Give Byron a lot of credit. Not an easy situation he fought out of there, and he scored off that, which is impressive.
Yeah, just to get something out of that, right? It seemed to be in a dire situation. Feels a lot better being 7-2 than 7-0 down.
Or pinned.
Yeah, certainly over that.
He could have gone the absolute opposite way. But here he is, back in the match. He's not out of it.
And he's on top to start round number 2. Fox looking to get the escape. Byron would love the takedown. There's the escape point. So 8-2 is the lead now.
See if Byron could do something on his feet. Fox trying to get that right arm out. Get into a front headlock position. Nice re-attack there. He's got to get his right arm across, but Byron is trying to elevate here, using his length. He's going to try to stalemate this out here, try to get tight, stay tight around his ankle. Fox head through the middle. Now he's got to get his head up, come back around the waist. But Byron, again, doing a great job staying on those ankles. Whoever is higher here is going to win. Let's see what can happen here.
And there's that stalemate.
Rob Aquilina, veteran official. Again, if there's no progress with either guy, they're going to stalemate and get back on their feet, which is the right call there.
Approaching the final minute now, round number 2.
I would think Byron here, he's got to try to end the period on top. He's being aggressive, which is what I like. But Fox, just great position. Knows where he's at. Now he's trying to nice go behind here. He's got to bring him down to score, though. There's your 3. Fox right back to the armbar here. Byron's got to get his right hand on the mat and his head up. He's going to get tilted here.
30 seconds left. Again. Byron in all kinds of trouble here.
Yeah, Fox, he's just a great transition from the takedown right to the armbar to the tilt. Knows what he's doing.
Back points coming, 4 of them. 15-2 the lead now for Fox. As period number 2 comes to an end. So a 7-2 lead after 1 makes it now 15-2.
15. We've seen through the first couple of matches you can score points in a bunch and in a hurry too, which Fox is. He's taking advantage of all the opportunities here. All he needs is 1 takedown to end the match.
And that was the message from his coaches as well.
Front headlock position here. Byron's got to clear out of that, or he's going to give up the takedown. See, Fox is trying to get the corner here. Simple go behind. Good reaction by Byron. Byron going upper body. Good defense there by Fox. Blocking with his head. Knows where he's at. He's near the out of bounds. Not trying to force anything.
$1:19 left. If Byron has a rally in him, now is the time.
Now is as good a time as any, yep. Got to create action here. Can't just let Fox shut him down. See if Fox goes after it here. Try to get that winning takedown here. Another re-attack. See if Byron could score off this. Again, Fox, great job clearing out of that. It was a nice throw attempt by Byron, but again, Fox just clearing out of it, comes out with the takedown. Give Byron credit, though.
And as a result, Fox is your county champion.
Oh, they're going to call it off.
Oh, hold that thought.
I guess they believe that Fox did not have complete control of him. Matt Gaynor, the Matt assistant referee, came over and talked with Robert Aquilina, said he didn't feel he had control. They made the right call.
Hey, if this is college, maybe you go to the monitors there.
Don't need to. The assistant referee says it all.
All right, so we were a little bit premature there and claiming Fox as the champion.
Nice single-legged attempt. There's your takedown.
Well, it was going to happen. It happened a little bit later than he thought. But regardless, Jonathan Fox is your county champion at 145 pounds. Congratulations to Jonathan Fox. Impressive victory for Fox.
Yeah, he's just a culmination 4 years. You know, I know he's got his sights set on collecting some hardware upstate. I'm sure the county championship for him is a great feeling.
Take a look at the bracket here for 152. And you see Eric Wolf, one of the leaders of that Farmingdale team that won the dual meet championship. 110 career wins for him. He is the top seed. And he takes on Peter McEady's from Belmore JFK. Both of these guys, more than 100 career wins.
Yeah, it's not uncommon these days to see kids, you know, even in their younger years, you know, if they're pulled up in 7th, 8th grade, they're getting 30, 40 matches a year, and, you know, by the time they're sophomores, they have 100 wins. Some of them close to 200.
We'll take a look during this blood timeout at that bracket again. You can see how these two guys got here, and see Wolf had a battle with the 8th seed in that quarterfinal, and then a pin, both of these guys winning by pin in the semifinals.
Yeah, you like to see kids, get tested right away in that quarterfinal with Mareka from Wantagh. You can't go by their seeds. Wantaugh's another storied program. Coach Gillespie's been around for a long time. Those kids come ready to wrestle, and especially in a tournament like this where, top seeds get knocked off all the time. You got to be ready. And credit to Wolf, battling through there and then getting a pin, and here he is.
And again, we want to, during this blood timeout, again, to thank the folks at ORLIN and COHEN Orthopedic Group, proud sponsor of Nassau County Athletics. They feature a team of board-certified, fellowship-trained orthopedic subspecialists, as well as in-house advanced diagnostic imaging, neuromuscular testing, pain management, physical rehabilitation, and occupational therapy as well. ORLIN and COHEN Orthopedic Group, and an affiliate of Northwell Health. And those guys certainly always very busy. A big help here during the wrestling championships, and you got to deal with a lot, right? When you go through the gamut as these wrestlers have, there are a lot of nicks and injuries that the folks at ORLIN and COHEN try to help you out with.
Absolutely, seeing a lot of black eyes here, which is testament of a tough tournament. Wrestling is the ultimate test, in my opinion, of human endurance, strength, mental toughness. It's great. To learn about yourself. You're out there, by yourself. There's no teammates or anyone to hand the ball to. You get what you get when you get out there, and it teaches the kids a lot about life. You fall down, pick yourself back up, and work harder.
All right, so the blood timeout is done, and we're back in action.
Nice single there by Mikaitis. Got a whizzer in there by Wolf. Good hips there. See if he can clear out of this. Great job there. Mikaitis, I was going to drag here, trying to, nice defense there. That was great transition from Wolf.
And he scores the first points of this one. There's an escape point, so it's 3-1 now.
Wolf feels comfortable on his feet with the intentional release. You can see where these kids, they feel comfortable a lot. Some of them like wrestling on the mat. Some of them like their feet better. But again, you got to be pretty good in every single position, especially when you get to this level and you get to the state level.
What a great year, too, Eric Wolf has had as a senior. 35-5 this season, 110-26 overall, placed 8th at 160 pounds at Eastern States. Was 3rd here a year ago at 152.
Some more blood.
Yeah.
Looks like it's at the top of the nose, the crown, not coming through one of the nostrils, which is going to be tough to stop.
Yeah, we see that a lot of times with those bloody noses. It's hard to get them to stop.
Yes, I've seen funky things where they put tape around the kid's nose, whatever it takes to get him out there.
Well, thankfully that was a shorter timeout. Let's see. Now, I know the answer is you can't think about it, but as a wrestler, do you start to get concerned about that?
No, I mean, one thing it messes with is the flow of the match. Every time they go to the corner, especially if someone's got momentum, it kind of messes with that. The constant starting and stopping. Nice high crotch here by Wolf. Good transition.
And that's 3 more for Wolf.
You don't want that to happen, but unfortunately it's part of the sport. There's nothing really you can do. You gotta kind of stay in your game plan.
First period ends with Wolf leading 6-1. And it's an interesting one as well, right? Because you have Wolf as the senior, and then Mikaitis, just a freshman, 14 years old already with 100 career wins, already a 3-time county qualifier.
Absolutely. Like I said, you bring these kids up, they show promise as middle schoolers, and if they can handle, the maturity level of wrestling on a varsity level, coaches bring them up.
And Wolf looking to get that escape.
Makeda's good job dropping back down on the leg, but Wolf is trying to sit the corner here. He's going to try to get his hips up, try to lace that near ankle, come up on top for the reversal, see if he can do it. Makeda's pressuring in. He's got to try to keep Wolf's hip down on the mat. But Wolf is trying to keep his hips up, and he's locked in the crotch there. Stalemate call by John Hamilton, another veteran official, longtime coach at East Meadow. See if Makeda's can get a ride going here, maybe get a turn.
Oh, Wolf nearly got out.
Makeda's, he understands mat position and where to go, where to put his body, keep Wolf on the mat. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt we're going to hear a lot more from him in the coming years.
Absolutely. Very poised. Doesn't seem to be rattled by the big moment.
Yeah, if we didn't see it on our sheet, you would not think this kid is a 14-year-old.
Absolutely. Wolf trying to pressure up. Makeda's looks like he's going to cut through 1 point.
And there's that point for Wolf again.
They're going to have to stop him again. I see the blood coming down from his nose.
7-1 is the lead.
Makeda's has to get through Wolf's head-hands defense. He's having a hard time doing this. Wolf has a very strong stance.
Inside the final 30 seconds.
Nice go behind.
That's how quick that went.
See if they stop it again here, or they'll let him wrestle here with the blood.
10-1 now, the lead for Wolf. It's like they'll likely let him finish out this period.
Tilt the tent here with the reinforced arm bar. What's great is they have the 1 foot in bound rule now, which is great. They have that in college and now adopted in at the high school level, which encourages action, and you don't stop until literally you're on the floor, or you hear the whistle. So you can see pins out of bounds where normally they would blow it dead, and it encourages the kids to use the entire mat to score points.
So we're back on the blood timeout, which is now under 4 minutes.
Yeah, what they're looking at here is when they're on cleanup, they'll stop the blood time. As soon as they get the blood stopped, the referee will cut the time, and then they'll be on cleanup. So Tony Marais, the trainer, has been around forever. He was the trainer when I was wrestling in high school. He knows it as good as anybody. And he knows when to cut the time.
And he did that at 3:26.
Yeah, they want the kids to wrestle. They don't want to have somebody disqualified because of something they really can't control. So as soon as they get that blood stopped, they're cleaning it up, they stop the clock.
So here we go. Period number 3. The 152-pound final.
See what Wolf's strategy is here with a 10-1 lead. He's going to stay offensive or go defense here. Makeda's probably has to move back to the middle. It's going to be hard for him to score, especially Wolf knows he's near the out of bounds. So any danger, he's just going to back out like he did there. Surprising he hit for stalling there. Makeda's has to keep his wrestling in the middle. He's got to look to get takedown to the back. More blood time. Yeah, this is what we were talking about before. Makeda's is trying to get some momentum going. It's very hard when they keep stopping it. It also allows Wolf, who's got the lead, to catch a breath too. Sure. He's obviously in very good shape, so stamina is not a factor in here. But along with the momentum, it does allow both guys really to catch a breather.
So they stopped it at 2 minutes and 53 seconds. As we're back to action now.
Looks like Wolf is going to play defense here, which is smart. He's going to use his front headlock, go behinds. He scored on a couple of those already, so he feels comfortable in this situation. Mercatus has got to clear out of this or get a fresh start. You see Wolf, he's not running to the line, but that's where he's putting his wrestling right there, not to put himself in bad situations. And there you see the stall call.
And that's the warning on him.
Yeah, refs want to see wrestling done in the middle. And a lot of these referees are former coaches, former wrestlers, so they understand tactics. They understand what one wrestler is trying to do over another. If Wolf doesn't fire something off, he'll probably get hit with another stall call.
But I think he'll certainly take that, right, at this point.
He can take a lot of them. He's earned it. But you want to see him go after. You want to see kids score points. Mercatus has to pick up the pace a little bit. 30 seconds. You see Wolf right to the line, knows where he is. There's another stall.
And that is that point.
It looks like it's too little, too late.
Yeah, 10-2 now is the score for Wolf.
Mercatus just can't get through. Wolf has great head-hands defense. Very hard for Mercatus to break that. That's a good job there. Instead of backing off, he circled in. Didn't put himself in a bad situation, but it keeps the referee off his back for that stall call because he ended up with his butt to the middle.
And now Wolf can celebrate because he has won the county championship. His first. Congratulations to Eric Wolf from Farmingdale. You are watching the Nassau Division I Wrestling Championships right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Snap more than the ball? We've got specialists for that. Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. ORLIN & Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
And welcome back to the David Mack Sports Complex here on the campus of Hofstra University. Time now for the 160-pound final. It's Justin Gonzalez out of Clark, a guy who was in D2 a year ago, taking on Robert Bello from Calhoun. We're also joined here. We mentioned ORLIN & Cohen before and their terrific sponsorship of not only this event, but also of all of Nassau County Athletics. We have Paul Fick, the supervisor of athletic training services for ORLIN & Cohen with us. And I'm sure from your seat here, it's a lot easier. You can sit back and enjoy this terrific wrestling.
Yes, as an athletic trainer, it is actually much more enjoyable. Although we love helping the kids and making sure they do stay on the mats healthy, as we saw before, a lot of blood time. And we want to make sure they get on the mat and stay healthy.
Yeah, along those lines, right? I mean, wrestling, it's such a physical sport and it's so demanding, and there's no pads out there. So, I'm sure with the wrestling community, you're dealing with a lot of injuries, but you guys want to make sure that it's minor nicks and nothing that turns major.
That's it. It's a long season, and these guys are putting their bodies on the line every day in practices and making sure they're at their utmost level for competition. So, some of those minor aches and pains, we want to make sure that they don't become major injuries. So we work with them on a daily basis in the athletic training rooms, and then at ORLIN & Cohen we have our recovery program where they're able to come in and check on those minor aches and pains and make sure they don't turn into major injuries. And then if they do have anything that is concerning, we make sure they have the right specialist there, either an orthopedist or a physical therapist, occupational therapist, to help them get back as quickly and safe as possible.
See Gonzalez, the more aggressive of the two early on. 3-0 is the lead here as we approach the end of the first period. And listen, it's not just for the student athletes. It's for sister-in-laws as well. I know it firsthand. My sister-in-law went to the Bohemia location today to speak to a specialist there. So it's what you guys do. It's yeoman's work, certainly with the student athletes, but it is open for all comers.
Yeah, listen, we're an extension of the community. You might start at the high schools working with these guys, but we're here for the families, the brothers and sisters, as you said, and anyone else who needs to get taken care of and stay healthy.
And it's
Mark, so he knows the ins and outs of the sport, and you look at that Division II. Can they compete with Division I? Absolutely, absolutely. Wrestling is wrestling. Kids are kids. And you can't really look at that. This kid, he's well skilled. He had 2 impressive takedowns here. He's controlling from the top position. Bello really can't get anything going.
How about on the season, Gonzalez 39-0. Overall 129-18. And one thing I love here too about him, how about the 104 weighted average as well? A true student athlete.
Absolutely. Wrestling is a tactical game. It's you versus another guy, almost like a chess match out there. It's a battle of positions, a counter to a counter. Whoever's in better position is going to win. Is going to come out on top and score points. So we find a lot where kids are real good wrestlers. Are also really, really good students too.
3 more for Gonzalez, a 9-1 lead as we approach the end of this second period. And Paul, what maybe advice do you have for some of these guys in terms of trying to listen? You love to have them there, but ultimately they would like not to be there at ORLIN and Cohen. How do they? What's some advice you have for these guys?
I think some advice I would have for them is just make sure they pay attention to their bodies, and if anything is bothering them, that they take care of it on an early stage so that it doesn't become a major issue. These coaches are great. They know their athletes really well. They work with them in the weight rooms. A lot of stretching, a lot of strengthening, and listening to them when they need a break, give them a little bit of break, but get them back on there to participate at this high level.
Justin Gonzalez, Kevin, trying to get that pin.
Yeah, Bello tried to roll through there, it's a little dangerous, and Gonzalez just understand the position and caught him on his back, and you see the result.
And you see what it means to him as well. Justin Gonzalez, the senior, he's now 40-0 on the season, and he can call himself a county champion as well. Congratulations to Justin Gonzalez. And Paul, thanks so much for jumping on.
Thanks for having us.
As well, yeah.
Yep, pleasure, and we're here for everyone, so let us know if you need us.
Great stuff.
Gonzalez, well skilled in all 3 positions.
Move on to 170 pounds. There's a look at the bracket. Giorgio Valenzuela from Glen Cove, your number 1 seed, but it's not been easy for him. See a 2-point win in the quarterfinals, beating Jovens Theodate from Farmingdale 8-3. Meanwhile, Waters on the other end, the number 2 seed from MacArthur, he has pinned his way to this final.
Yeah, another bracket where it's a lot of parity, which is good, what you want to see. So it should be a good one.
See a protective mask that Waters is wearing.
That's usually for a broken nose or something on the face, where they want some extra padding there. Not the easiest thing to wrestle with, but again, you want to keep the kids safe.
Waters on the year, the MacArthur senior, 37-6, 95-27 overall. A year ago, lost in the 160-pound quarterfinals, where he was pinned by East Meadows' Matthew Rodriguez. On the other side, Giorgio Valenzuela, 33-4 on the year, 85-34, placed 8th at 170 pounds at Eastern States this year. A year ago, lost at 142 in the quarterfinals.
Both these guys a little more tactical, trying to feel each other out, see what's going to work. But ultimately, it comes down to, you know, what got you here, your tie-ups, your setups, your shots. Can't really worry about too much what the other guy's going to do. You got to go out there and do your stuff.
I mentioned on the broadcast yesterday in D2, if you place at Eastern States, that is impressive.
Yes, that is one of the premier holiday tournaments in the East Coast. You know, a lot of teams from all over the country come to wrestle, and if you can place there, it's a good indication that you should be on that podium at the New York State tournament.
You got New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut.
Yes, you got teams like Wyoming Seminary, which is a powerhouse in Pennsylvania, bringing their team there. So it's, you know, if you want to see where you stack up, that's the tournament to go to.
You got Publics and Catholics as well, and nothing there in the first period, excuse me. And Waters,
he chooses top, which is a little unorthodox. He must feel pretty good about his position here in order to turn Valenzuela. We'll see what happens. Good, nice roll there.
Wow, look at that
transition.
Valenzuela.
Again, Waters covered those hips well. He's very aggressive on top, looking for a cradle. Got to get that outside leg. He's got it locked up. This is tight. This is tight. Valenzuela's got to get wide with his base and keep his head on the mat, which is what he's doing. But Waters has that outside leg lifted. If he can get that leg up, he's going to score, which he does. He's got a high leg back.
Waters gets some back points.
This is tight. Well, Valenzuela, great job.
Desperation there, but some big points scored by Waters.
So Waters is tough in the top position.
Yeah, we figured that out
quick.
You're saying it's unorthodox. He's like, I got this.
Those guys are deferring or choosing down, or at least neutral, not top. So you can tell he's got a cradle. But Valenzuela did everything that he could to get out of that, which was not easy. You could tell he's spent getting out of it. That required a lot of energy to get out of that. Give him credit.
Blood timeout here for Valenzuela. Paul Fick, though, off duty right now. He does not have to go over and help out.
They're doing an awesome job without me. Like you said, Tony Meyer has been doing this for years and doing an excellent job.
Yeah, Tony's great. He's been around for a long, long time.
And that a quick one, fortunately. So 4 points on that near fall for Waters.
Waters still on top. Valenzuela has to do a better job of controlling the hands, so Waters cannot get that cross face and get that elbow locked up. He's rolling, which is good, creating motion there, and it worked. Reversal.
And he gets 2 for that. So it's a 4-2 lead now for Waters.
Waters is out.
He's up 5-2 now.
Nice throw by there with the underhook. Drops down to the single, to the double. Now he's going to collect his points. This is where Valenzuela should wrestle neutral and top. He does not want to go underneath with his choice coming up in the third period.
Yeah, and it's a third period that looks likely will be tied at 5. Another blood timeout for Giorgio Valenzuela, the Glen Cove senior. Sometimes these matches hit a little bit differently when you are a senior, right? And both of these guys are.
Yeah, I mean, it's a culmination. This is your last shot. You know, it's not the end of the end. These guys are both going on to the state tournament. So the ultimate goal, which is the state championship, is still within reach. But they want a county championship. They want to go out at the top of the podium and let it fly in Albany in 2 weeks. So, yeah, and both these wrestlers are exciting. Really, really good stuff.
And if you see there, Waters has a fan club there in the front row. I guess you can call that the student section.
I guess so, yes.
There you see a good look at it.
Yeah.
If you can see right behind, spelling Mike. Glad those guys went in order.
Yes.
right?
I've seen one go the other way, too. I've seen it misspelled sometimes.
So you see Mike Waters with his fan club, if you will. Some, no doubt, MacArthur classmates.
It's good when you see that. And with lots of times with wrestling, you get the parents in the stands. It's really, really nice when the students come and support the wrestlers. It gives them extra motivation.
Final 16 seconds of this period.
See if Waters can get one here, that'd be big. He's reaching back. A little unorthodox here. Let's see if he's going to try to lift that leg. Again, Valenzuela, good job.
And the period will end tied at 5.
I don't know. See, it's his choice. You're kind of talking this over with the coach. He's going to go bottom. With a tie score, he's going to have to.
And if you're Waters, I think you like that.
This is where he wants to be.
Exactly.
But Valenzuela showed that he can counter that with the roll. He's probably going to try to roll again. He's going to have to get his hips out and roll. He can't come straight up on him because that's where the cradle's going to come in. There's the roll. 1 count from Matt Gaynor, the official. He's got to be careful. He's got to clear his hips first before he comes up. Now he's in a good position with the low ankle. He's going to lift it and then try to come across, but Waters doing a good job getting his head up. It's a great scramble here. He's got to try to step over and try to lace the leg. He's got to get his right leg out.
No scoring as of yet.
Probably wants to turn. Now he's in a front headlock position, but Waters still in control as you're seeing indication, and now we're going to get a stoppage here. Blood time.
And some more for Valenzuela.
In that situation, they're in a scramble. Matt Gaynor has a choice: let the position go, or if he feels it's unsafe, to stop it. I guess he felt it was unsafe, even though Valenzuela was close to scoring there. So it's a kind of a tough situation for the ref. You have to look at the safety of the kids as well as the scoring potential of Valenzuela. So that was a position or opinion call there from the official. And again, with the stoppage, it's given these guys a chance to get a breather, but you can see they're both in outstanding shape, so that's not really an issue here.
Just wrapping up the cleanup on the mat.
Valenzuela is going to continue to roll. He's got to make sure his hips are cleared and Waters isn't stepping over or lacing a near ankle, because he's going to end up on his back if that's the case.
We'll start again with Waters on top.
See, they called a caution. You got to stay set as the bottom wrestler. Valenzuela is shifting his feet as Waters came on top. He can't move. So his feet, controlling the hands, good position. Waters doing a great job of returning Valenzuela to the mat.
They are still in.
Coach is yelling for a fresh start, go out of bounds, reset. It's going to be hard for him to score there.
And
Either
Waters,
one of them.
Yeah, right now Waters.
If you're Waters, you want to stay there.
Yeah.
You know.
Still has that left foot in.
Yeah, you see, you let him wrestle, and Valenzuela's almost on the basketball floor here. They're going to let him wrestle until that toe goes out, or he hits the floor, which he did. You got 30 seconds. So let's see, Valenzuela's got to get one explosive flurry here. Try to get one.
You are essentially almost in sudden victory at this point.
Good roll, good cover by Waters. He's going to clear out of here. Let's see if Waters can stay. He's still in control. Ref indicating he's still in control. There he clears through. That's one. 15. Waters has to go here. High crotch attempt, but good defense by Valenzuela. You just hang on at this point. Great match.
And Giorgio Valenzuela is your county champion at 170 pounds. What a match between these two. Congratulations to the Glen Cove senior. We head on now to 190 pounds and one of the more anticipated.
I'm gonna head out.
And it is a good one here, as it's Jared Marine from Oceanside and Josh Kama, 1 and 2, advancing on. And you can see Marine a pin in the quarterfinals, a tight win in the semis, and Kama has pinned his way through. Total of the 2 pins, 3 minutes and 32 seconds.
Yeah, it's great athletes. I had the pleasure or displeasure of trying to tackle Kama on the football field. Didn't go too well. Just the fact that he's a wrestler and he's out there, it shows a lot about his toughness. Marine comes from a wrestling family. His father was a 2-time county champion from Valley Stream South back in the 90s, so he knows what to do. Nice double leg from Kama there.
And the action right away, Kama's going for it. And he'll get 3 on that takedown.
And 2 back points, so that's 5-0. Just a straight football tackle, if you will.
He's done a few of those.
Few. Coach Krumenacher, an outstanding coach. He has his boys ready to play, and you could see that here. So he kind of caught Marine on his heels a little bit. We'll see how Marine answers here and how Kama continues to wrestle.
Yeah, Kama on the year, 26 and 2, 57 and 14 overall. But you see what a huge junior season he had.
Yeah, just a junior. You can see now he doesn't look like it, but both these guys built well, athletic for 190-pounders.
Kama last year placed 6th at 190, where he was pinned by Christian Green from Freeport.
Nice switch by Marine. Good hips.
He'll get 2 out of that.
Now he's looking tilt. Kama's got to be careful. He's got to free his wrist on bottom before he moves. He's in a quad pod here. He's got to control his hands, though. Good, get his head up. Marine looking cradle. Now Kama, good athleticism for the reversal.
So Kama's like, I see your reversal and I raise you one.
Good action so far.
7-2 the lead for Kama inside the final 25 seconds. Ooh, be careful there, Josh.
Trying to roll through tilt. It's a little dangerous, especially for the big guys. You see the little guys doing that all the time. Don't really recommend it for the big guys.
Do not try this at home. 10 seconds.
Although Kama, as good of an athlete as he is, you probably could pull it off.
And that was a fun first 2 minutes of action.
That was huge for Kama to get the ride out there. Marine was looking to get the one, but just couldn't get it.
Jared Marine, as you mentioned, the senior from Oceanside, 38-4 on the year, 130-28 in his high school career. Last year was 2nd at 190, and as you mentioned, right, top 2 last year made it upstate, placed upstate as well, finished 8th.
All right. This guy's going big moves. Marine was trying for a claw, just a lift and bring him to his back, but Kama, he was ready for that. Cartwheeling around. You don't see this for big guys. Athleticism is very, very impressive for these two. Now Marine's going to try to tie him up and see if he tries that tilt again.
And while Kama, a big part of the Farmingdale football team, Rob Blount, maybe unable to convince Jared Marine to come out.
No, I don't think he was part of their team. He might be just a wrestler. But these guys are throwing haymakers out here, looking to attack the head, just letting it fly, this is what you want. It's exciting. The fans are definitely getting the treat with these two. What comes into play now is conditioning because of the explosiveness of the movements. It's probably going to come down to who's in better shape.
And just from our vantage point, tough to see who that would be, right?
Yeah, they both look in great condition. And we're not, it's still halfway through the second period. We still have a whole other period and a half to go. So that's definitely going to play a factor here.
That final minute, second period. Another point there for Kama.
Yeah, great job by Kama, controlling the hands, working to his feet. He's got a 6-point lead. We'll see what he does here strategy-wise. My guess is Marine's going to continue to attack. He's just not going to let it just go by the wayside here. Kama's starting to slow down just a little bit, but you see the athleticism on his hips.
Oh, that was huge from Kama. 3 points. 11-2 the lead.
I don't know about that call. Jerry Armgall figured it was 3, but it could have been gone either way because Marine was still on his leg. His hips came up, but they gave the 3. So now Marine's going to have to open up here. He's got a Peterson roll, but he loses the wrist.
Kama takes a look to see what he has left in this period, which has now come to a close. 4 big points for Josh Kama in period number 2. And he's got an 11-2 lead.
Yeah, you can see he's controlling his breathing. He doesn't have to go all out. He's got to play defensive position here. Marine's got to come to him. He needs something big here. But Kama's still trying to take it to him. I like it.
Spoke to Artie Weidler, the Farmingdale coach, said this year more than any, he's had more football players come out to wrestle than any other time.
Absolutely. The best way to do it, football, you can lift all the weights you want. The best thing to do is compete, and there's no better sport to do it in than wrestling, especially, for the linemen. There's no better, off-season training than positioning, hand fighting, and mental toughness. You see this here with Kama. He's relying on all that.
Jovens Theodate was another. Wilson Quintanilla.
Absolutely. Theodate was a good running back, a blocking back for them, and defensive end. Quintanilla, defensive tackle. Very hard to block. They breed them over there, and it's good to see already getting them out for the wrestling team. And it's paying off, as you can see.
Yeah, final minute here. The Kama cheering section just behind us here.
Marine might be trying to set up a throw here. That's what he's going to need. But Kama doing a good job blocking with his head. He's posting in the crotch there. In order for Marine to throw him, he's got to get his hips in. Leg attacks isn't going to get it done here with 40 seconds to go. Kama can stay there, get a stalemate, possibly a stall, and he's in good shape. Circling towards the out of bounds.
Marine trying. Look at Kama in full control. Give him 3 more. And Josh Kama. He's not just a football player anymore. He's now a county champion in wrestling as well. Congratulations, Josh Kama.
Great match. Just athleticism all around.
Josh Kama, your champion at 190 pounds.
The great thing about this is Marine gets to go upstate as well. The season's not over.
We head on to 215 pounds, and there you see Landon Lee, your top seed out of Herrick's. And then out of Westbury, Emmanuel Exantis, the 7 seed. Beat Dustin DiPietro out of Sewanaka. In the semis, a tight one there as well, 4-2.
Yeah, DiPietro, another great football player out of Cary. So win that match, you know he's a wrestler.
So here we go for the 215 pounds final. Landon Lee, the sophomore from Herrick's, 107 career wins, 36 of them coming this year against only 3 defeats this year.
Yeah, you don't in the upper weights, you don't see 10th graders, you usually see upperclassmen. So I'm excited to see what he can do. Xanthus, 12th grader.
Yeah, and he's another football wrestler synergy, captain of the football team, captain of this wrestling team as well.
Absolutely, football and wrestling go hand in hand.
And you love a guy like that as a senior, bringing that leadership skills to both sports.
Yeah, you need leaders, you know, particularly wrestling. And, you know, yeah, it's an individual sport, but when you practice every single day together, you become like a family. And, you know, the team takes shape with how your seniors are and what their attitude is like, and they form the culture, so to speak.
Both guys right now kind of feeling each other out here in this first period.
Yeah, Lee, there was one exchange there where Lee kind of tried like a little judo throw. So I'm interested to see where his background is. Definitely likes to be upper body. He's not afraid.
Three seconds left here. Period number 1, the 215-pound final. This was a weight class that we saw Wilson Quintanilla in from Farmingdale. I was unable to make it. Neither was Richard Tynes out of Lynbrook. 2 guys who placed last year as well.
That tells you. I mean, wrestling, it's great. You know, you come here, you gotta prove it every round on the mat. You can't go based on what you did last year or you know your record up to this point. You got to go out there and you got to earn it.
So the decision goes to Lee.
It defers.
It defer.
Down. Good explosiveness there from Xanthus. Control the hands.
Escape point. Jogs his way back to the middle of the mat.
See if either one of these guys try to execute a takedown here, double leg, single leg. You see Lee very comfortable in the upper body with the underhook here. It's going to be hard for him to get in position. His head's got to be on the same side as the underhook in order to be effective. Xanthus doing a good job of clearing out of that. Lee again with that throw. It almost looks like a hip toss, almost like a judo throw. So it looks like he's got some background in judo.
And Xanthus tries to shoot.
Yeah, you can see Lee has some background. He's very comfortable in those upper body ties.
.45 seconds remaining. That escape point right now, the difference for Xanthus.
See if Xanthus he has some explosiveness in him too. Maybe he can fire off a shot or two with these last 30 seconds. Sometimes strategy is to try to go hard the last 20 seconds, try to get a takedown, end up the period on top. Try to gain an advantage, but we're not seeing that here. Both these guys very content staying upper body. And there you go again with Lee, but now he trips. You got to be careful with that.
And Xanthus was all over it.
Yeah, Xanthus crafty for a 12th grader. Understands position.
And you mentioned Lee being comfortable in the upper body. Well, it's like Xanthus likes it to be on the mat. He has a 4-0 lead to go into the third.
Yeah, with the bigger boys, you know, you don't see a lot of shooting, you know, below the waist. Not a lot of singles, doubles, high crotches. You see more of what we're seeing here with the underhooks and throw bys and things like that.
So Lee deferred to this third period to go bottom.
He's got to get his head off the mat. He's got to get one here. Did a quad pod here, knee slide. Now he's coming up, but he doesn't have control of the hands. And
yeah, Xantis just lets him go. Yeah. He does get his one, so it's 4-1. And again, with the points this year, a takedown would tie it. And that's what Lee was shooting for there, but a great job by Xantis.
Dom Del Vecchio giving the points for the takedown.
So they'll come into nearly our vantage point here. 7-2 the lead for Xantis.
As you can see, Lee now becoming more aggressive, but he doesn't have a setup. Just diving in on the legs isn't going to get it done, especially with someone who's quick like Xantis. He's just going to spin behind. He's got to have a setup, get Xantis out of position to open up the leg attacks.
Another great note for Xantis. He brings that leadership skill to his community and his school as well, a peer and youth leader.
Yeah, it's great when you see these kids, they give back to their communities. They're active. Westbury is a great place like that. Great coaches, great kids.
And Xantis takes a look as Lee again tries to be aggressive.
Xantis still going forward. He's not putting himself out there completely, but again, he's ready to score, and he does so again. Lee continuing to attack with no setup. It's going to be easy for Xantis to score, as we've seen.
Yeah, he got 3 a moment ago. 10-3 is the lead. Ooh, a butt of heads.
They're going to call Lee there for a headbutt, leading with his head.
So Xantis in recovery time right now.
So now what happens here, because of the illegal move, Xantis is on recovery time, and he'll be checked out by Tony Mara. And if he was unable to continue for whatever reason, he would win by disqualification because of the illegal move. But they're going to do everything they can to get him back on the mat and finish the matchup.
11-3 the lead for Xantis.
Well, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Well, he did.
Yes, you can do that.
And he wins a title as well.
I'm sure Coach Charles, Savalas Charles, will have something to say about that. But either way, he gets it done. Haven't seen that in a while.
11-4 the win. We head to 285 now. As we see, Kevin, the bracket there, Andrew Perez, the 4 seed, James Mulhern, the 3. Perez knocked off the top dog, Zach Olson from Garden City. And Mulhern also, just at least as the terms of the brackets goes, had to get an upset, if you want to call it that, the 3 versus the 2, but a tight one there as well for him.
Yeah, another bracket where everyone's pretty close. I think these two wrestled last week in the qualifier finals, and I think Mulhern came out on top in overtime, so this should be another good one.
And both as tight as you can get getting into this one. Perez 3-2 the win, Mulhern a 4-3 win. Mulhern, the Massapequa junior, 38-3 on the year. Placed 5th last year at 285 in the county. 106 career wins for him. And Perez, nearly identical overall records. While Mulhern has 106 wins to 38 losses, Perez is 103-38.
You see, even for the big boys, sometimes you see forfeits because there's not a lot of heavyweights out there. You know, they're wrestling 40 matches, 30 matches, just like the lightweights.
And you referred to some black eyes before. Well, Mulhern sporting one of those.
It always happens to the guys that lead with their head.
But I'm sure Mulhern would just love to be on top of that podium. A nice big smile with the black eye.
Makes it all worth it.
Exactly. Nothing just yet here for the big dogs at 285.
Yeah, with these guys, they got to be careful shooting in. A lot of times you see throw-bys and kind of snag singles. What that means is they're not hitting their knee, so they don't risk getting caught underneath their opponent.
And no scoring in period number 1. And a lot of times conditioning always a factor, especially when you get to the upper weight classes.
Always a factor, even more when you're up here, and you know every second counts, every point counts. Perez getting to his feet. Mulhern's got to come up and stay with him. Concedes the escape there. Want to wrestle on their feet.
So first point goes to Perez.
Yeah, from here it's kind of like a hand fight. You see Perez in there with the collar tie-up, and Mulhern's controlling him, but with the elbow, trying to shut him off. They're trying to do is create angles, get the guy out of position to where they can attack.
Mulhern finished first at Sprague Gardner. First as well at the Massapequa Holiday Tournament. And the mandate from his coaches, be offensive.
Yeah, they want him to get going. You know, standing around and not moving your feet, it's not going to help you. It gets the ref starting to look at you. You're stalling, especially if the other guy's pushing forward. You know, you see a little attempt, half-hearted attempt there by Perez, but that puts that in the referee's mind. He's not totally committing to his shot, but he's doing more than Mulhern. Stall warnings come into play in this situation. Plus the fact that Perez has his butt to the middle here, and that's a second shot, even though he's not totally committing. So the ref, Rob Aquilino, who's been around, he knows how to ref these matches, so he's going to look at who's at least making an attempt and who has their butt to the middle circle, which right now is Perez. Mulhern has to get his feet moving a little bit more and get to his tie. Right now he's just shutting off the collar with the elbow. He's got to do something off that.
Inside the final 20 seconds.
You can see Perez is trying to draw a stall here.
Yeah, just being the more active of the two.
Even though you're not totally committing to a takedown, it's putting in the referee's mind that I'm being offensive. He's taking ground, and Mulhern really isn't countering off that.
And Mulhern picks bottom to start this third period. Can he get the escape?
Good explosion, but his elbows were out. He's got to get hand control. Perez has to cover that left leg, that near leg, which is what he's doing, and try to break Mulhern flat. He's got to use his knee. Mulhern's in a decent position, but he's got to clear that left hand, which you see Perez has the control of, and he's also over that near leg, so he's in control. And now Mulhern's flat, which is not a great position. Perez is out to the side, so Rob Aquilino is looking where he's covering here, the back hip.
Perez grabs the ankle.
Can only stand that ankle so long, and then he can get hit for a stall call, but he's doing a great job. Mulhern's got to get his head off the mat. He's got to build base, which he's starting to do. Perez doing a great job. He's active on top. He's got forward pressure. He's got Mulhern's head on the mat.
And that's the thing too, right, Kevin? Like, if you're just laying on a guy, that's different, but he's grabbing, he's trying. He's trying to do different maneuvers.
Perez right now is definitely the more active of the two.
Inside the final minute.
Not by much, but again, Mulhern has to get his head off the mat. That's the first thing. Now he's got something going.
Oh, can he get the escape? He does!
Again, that was, as long as he was down there, that's pretty taxing on Mulhern. And see if he can fire off a shot here. He does have takedowns, which he has used. He may be saving one for the last few seconds, which you have seen, which you can see from time to time. They save it all for one sprint, they call it, at the end, which you might see. Looks like he's circling. He's got his feet moving. He's more active. So
in March Madness, they call it one shining moment.
There it is. He missed.
But Perez.
Great athleticism there from Mulhern. That was his shot, but good. Again, great defense by Perez. So we're looking at overtime here.
And this will be a sudden victory situation. They'll put 1 minute.
First score wins.
They're at neutral.
Let's see if Mulhern tries again. Perez knows that the takedown's coming now. Where's Perez going to try to fire one off here? After this, we go top bottom, 30-second ride out. Perez was able to ride Mulhern for a little bit, so he might feel comfortable. He might be wrestling for that situation too. So it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds.
Inside 30 seconds. Nothing yet.
It looks like Mulhern's trying to set it up again.
He did go for it. And there's the point. So you give Mulhern credit for going for it. But Perez gets the points and the county championship. Andrew Perez is your county champion at 285 pounds. Congratulations.
Yeah, give Mulhern credit, but it's a heavyweight, low ankle, below the knee is very, very difficult to convert on, especially someone who's got good reactions like Perez. But who knows, maybe they'll do it again in 2 weeks.
More coming up next after this quick break on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Snap more than the ball? We've got specialists for that. Jump shot, leave your knee shot? We've got specialists for that. Face down after that face off? We've got specialists for that. ORLIN and Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Varsity Media's hype videos stand out with dynamic visuals and storytelling. Our primary goal is to create a memorable impression, excitement, and interest that encourages viewers to engage and participate. Our hype video can be shown on stadium video boards, social media, and school websites. Our hype videos are the perfect feature to get your community amped up for the team and the big game.
I'm back here at the Max Sports Complex. Dylan Butler, Kevin Shippos, our entire Varsity Media crew. Time for the 101 championship. Another Piqua guy, John Tutka, against Calhoun's Zachary Gubba.
Well, the big guys to the little guys. See some action here.
And for Tutka, what a season he's had. Just an 8th grader. A 14-year-old, 42-1 on the season.
These little guys, they move around a lot quicker than the big boys, so you see a lot of high-flying action here. A lot of points scored. Tucker with a nice slide by there. Got into a Merkle position on the edge. Nice conversion.
So Tutka the first to score. Gubba, a sophomore at Calhoun, 34-6 on the year, 64-16 overall.
Tucker looking for a roll through tilt here. He's very good in this position. Gubba getting his base wide. He knows it's coming. He's got to be careful with his hips. Tucker in with a nice tight waist now. It's very hard to get out of that. Gubba has to get his wrist free.
And he's at the middle of the mat, too, so he doesn't have any help.
Yeah, great job by Gubba not going with that. He's got good base down there. He's nice and wide, but it's going to be hard for him to clear out and get an escape there with the strength of Tutku. Now he's flat. Tutku looking for that cross wrist again. He's also got the back leg tied up here. But he's very good with the wrist, with the tilts. Gubba just kind of basing out. You might see a stall here on the bottom.
Eight seconds. I think the official will just let the period end. As Tutku, what a great year he's had, huh? Super 32, 4th place.
Yeah, Super 32 is another one of those Eastern State type tournaments.
And you see a quick look. Has not conceded a point from the quarterfinals on.
Yeah, you see he's very active. Gubba taking ground. He's in a decent position. Let's see if he can score. Tutku wants to clear out of this position. Could be trying to set something up, maybe another drag. He's good at clearing that, controlling that wrist, and he's dragging around, trying to catch the back end of Gubba. But Gubba, good job squaring up.
And they both
excellent
scamper out of bounds.
Gubba needs to be more offensive here. He's letting Tutku control the tie-ups with the wrist. As you see the 2-on-1 there, and now the snap down, and just he's spinning around.
3 more for the 8th grader from Massapequa.
Just great reactions, good chain wrestling. Gubba's got to get one here.
Yeah, you mentioned that yesterday on the broadcast as well. It's chain wrestling where he grabbed the wrist and then the next move, right? It's
Yeah.
one that leads to the next.
It's muscle memory. You know, you're out there, you're wrestling, you do it for so long and so many reps that you're not really thinking, you're just reacting. And it's a reaction to a reaction, you versus your opponent. And whoever's in better position is going to score. That's really what it comes down to. And it comes from thousands and thousands of repetitions in the practice room.
They spin around here inside the final 30 seconds of period number 2. A takedown in each period has Tutku ahead 6-0. And I think the fact that he hasn't conceded a point from the quarterfinals, semifinals, you know, this is where you're facing the more difficult opponents, I think speaks volumes about the technical wrestler that Tutku is.
Yeah, and he chose top. He feels good. I mean, Gubba really hasn't tried to, get out. So it's probably a good thing for Tutku here. You know, Gubba hasn't really exposed himself here, giving a wrist or an ankle, because he knows that Tutku is good on top. He's just very tough with the tight waist. Anytime Gubba tries to build his base, he just throws that tight waist back in and he's flat. As you can see, he's reaching all the way across the body. That's putting a lot of pressure on Gubba's lower midsection there. And he's just squeezing.
Pulling back that right arm as well. And this is what we were saying before. The referees see the work that Tutku's doing as well. So it's not a situation where he's going to get called for a stall.
Yeah, I'm surprised Gubba hasn't been warned for stalling yet. He's just kind of basing out, almost like a freestyle parterre position. And you see here, he's just loading up his hips, and he's going to tilt him here.
Some back points are coming. Oh, look at a reversal.
2-2.
And now Gubba's in a situation where he could be offensive. And he needs to be inside this final minute, down 8-2.
And they're calling Tutku for stalling because he's got to open up. That was a situation where Tutku was tilted him and just lost his hips. Gubba, great reaction. Now he's on top. See if he can do something here. Down 6. Taku has to continue to wrestle too, otherwise he's going to hit for stalling. He's already been hit once.
If he does, that would be a 3rd point for Gubbett. 20 seconds.
Again, Taku doing a great job controlling wrist. Good experience. 10 seconds.
The escape point for Taku. He takes a look. 3 seconds. And they realize that is it. John Taku. He is your county champion at 101 pounds. 43-1 on the year, and for the first time, and likely not the last, he can call himself a county champion. We move on to 108 pounds. And this is not Groundhog's Day, Kevin Shippos. These two guys know each other well. Orendello from MacArthur. Andrula from Long Beach, the 1 and the 2. They will get it on yet again. Their history is amazing. You go back to 2023. Arundrula won the 102, it was at the time, title, beating Orendello 1-0. You go to last year, and it was Andrula again winning. That was 3-2 at 101. Then they met again up in Albany for 3rd place. And guess what? Andrula won it again. 5-2 that time.
Well, you can tell Orendello he's ready to go here. You know, you wrestle who's in front of you. It just happens to be that they wrestled multiple times.
Oh, by the way, I forgot also at Eastern States where it was for 3rd, and Andrula won that one 3-1.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if these two guys work out with each other in the offseason. You know, that's just the way that it is. These kids are good friends. They know each other. It's going to be I predict it to be a low-scoring match because after you wrestle somebody so many times, you know what they're going to do. They know what you're going to do. So it becomes even more of a chess game and a position game than wrestling somebody for the first time.
Yeah, when you get those guys who haven't faced off before, then it's the unknown that makes it really interesting. And here is how do you manage knowing someone as well as you do?
Well, you're not gonna. They're gonna know your best stuff. So it's kind of maybe a different setup to your. You have your stuff that you like, that you use, takedowns, top, bottom. So maybe you have a different setup to a takedown. You're not going to change everything because you're going to go with what got you here. And it's going to come down to probably a go behind. You know, you get to these levels, you get to guys that are, you know, within points of each other. 1 point, it usually comes down to a go behind, which is the most common takedown in the sport of wrestling. Just a front headlock and you spin.
And we mentioned of all those matchups, it was only upstate that was a 3-point difference. Everything else was 1 point, 2 points. So these two guys.
And you're seeing this again. And it's going to happen again in 2 weeks. No matter who wins this match, they're probably going to wrestle again in 2 weeks up in Albany because they're two of the top kids in the state. And they're only in 11th grade, too.
Well, and Drula's a freshman.
That's right. Drula's a freshman.
Yeah, it feels like he is with all the wrestling he's done. 102-11 record for Andrula. 28-1 on the year. Orendello, 37-2. But he's trying to kind of slay that demon, if you will, and get that win over Andrula.
Andrula's got to peel the hands here, and he's free.
So the first point on that escape.
Nice snap down there from Andrula. Inside
the final minute now of the second period. And perhaps, again, because of knowing each other so well, every one of these have been low-scoring encounters.
That's right. Points very hard to come by the more you wrestle someone.
You would think at some point you'd just rather see somebody else. As you see Orendello tries to shoot for that leg.
A beautiful single leg off the underhook. Can he shelf it? He's trying to bring that left leg up. He's got to watch the knee here. This might be potentially dangerous again. But now it's straightened out. Now he's got a limp arm here. He's trying to get his right arm out. He's in good position. He probably wants to come up a little bit to his feet, but now he tries a cutback here, which is an athletic move. But again, you see the splits here from Andrulin. He's got a nice whizzer in with his left hand, Andrula does. Now he's going to try to put the leg in, which might end up being
look at Andrula.
Now whoever's going to get high here. Okay, it could be a stalemate here. There's no points as the ref, Christian Duglinski, is given. No points there.
Wow.
I like that call.
Oh, yeah, I'm not complaining about the call, but that was outstanding.
That was a college Division I level scramble. You see that on the Big Ten Network with college Division I wrestling. That was as good as it gets.
Andrula a couple years ago became the first Nassau 7th grader to qualify for the States, where he placed 7th. Andrula gets the leg.
Orendello's not in a great position. He's got to crawl forward and scissor his legs. Andrula's between his legs now. He could score here, but this might be potentially dangerous with the back. This is when they're called it. You know, that's a sticky situation there. Andrula very close to scoring.
An escape would tie it.
Andrula's got to get his head up, got to get hand control here. Andrula's got to do something here. He's going to get hit for stalling. He's looking for an overhead cradle. He's got to do something with that overleg ride here. Otherwise, the ref's going to hit him for stalling here. He's not going to let him step over that ankle.
He grabs around the waist.
He's doing a good job of just staying on that overleg ride for long enough to keep the ref off his back. Oh, nice hips there. Nice switch.
There are 2 for the reversal. And it's Orendello with the lead.
Good roll. He's in good position, Andrula. Orendello's got to bring him through. There's back points. See if he's got to throw in a half Nelson here in a tough situation.
Some back points. 2 of them.
Funky hips there. That's just taking advantage of the situation. Andrula rolled. Orendello saw it and just elevated his hips. Very, very good positioning. Highly technical. Almost like a crab ride there.
4-1 the lead inside the final 20 seconds of the third period. Andrula trying to get to his feet, but that right leg is locked. 5 seconds. Vinny Orendello has waited for this moment. And he is a county champion, finally beating Ethan Andrula.
Great match. And like I said before, they'll probably do it again in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And that'll be what, round 8 or so between those 2 guys?
Whatever it takes.
Congratulations to Vinny Orendello. He is your county champion, the junior from MacArthur at 108 pounds. Move on now to the 116-pound bracket, and one of the matches we were looking forward to, Kevin. Dania Sibomana, a national name at this point, the Long Beach junior, the top seed here. And you see what he's done here, a pin in 113, and beating Christian Morris 18-2. But Andrew Poe, no slouch, man. He has done a great job, Poe has. the big win over Christian McCravey in the semifinals as well.
Yeah, Sibomana, he's a machine. As you can see, just quickness, strength, he's got it all.
But Poe,
he had him almost in a headlock there. He couldn't control him. That's why the ref didn't give him a reversal. But you can see he's very funky.
He gets 2 on that reversal.
You're seeing some unorthodox stuff, which is great. There's not one style of wrestling. Everybody's different. Everybody has different moves, and you're seeing it on full display tonight.
Yeah, Poe is in here just to collect the medal.
And you like it. You don't want to bow down to anyone. You're going out there to wrestle. This is your mat too. Go out and do your stuff.
Yeah, Poe on the year, 32-4, 91-17. Took 7th at Eastern States last month. Was 4th at 108 in the county a year ago.
He's got some length on Sibomana. Let's see if he can use it. Trying to fireman's now a drag. Wow, that is great chain wrestling, but he's not behind him. Sibomana in a great scramble situation. Let's see what happens here. Nice foot sweep attempt there. Poe, very athletic. He's got the reach and he's got some height on Dania.
Sibomana trying to kick out the leg.
It's a nice knee tap there, caught him on the edge.
That'll be 3 more for the Long Beach junior who committed in November to the University of North Carolina.
Yeah, they're getting a good one. Well, Poe has come to wrestle. Come to wrestle.
You can hear it. Sibomana's coach, Ray Adams, tell him to stay in.
Yeah, they know the situation. They know it's short time on the clock. They're near the edge. He can go off if he's in bad position. He's over that leg again. It's going to be hard for Poe to move once he's over that leg, his right leg of Poe.
That does it for period number 1. Sibomana was your Eastern States champion last year at 116, his 2nd straight Eastern State title, beating Cooper Murley. And you talk about guys who wrestle a lot, right? Cooper Murley at a Newburgh Free Academy. He won that one 10-4. He was also named champion of champions at Eastern States. A year ago, upstate, it was Murley winning the 116-pound weight class, beating Sibomana in the final.
Yeah, another rivalry. You know, again, you can bet that they're on a collision course if they make it up there. And Dania hasn't won a state title in a couple years, so you think that's on his mind as well. But he's got to get through Poe here, who is ready to wrestle.
Yeah,
he's
Poe
not backing down.
An escape point to start this second period. 7-3 is your score.
Yeah, Poe's trying to take advantage of his height. He's putting Sibomana in some uncomfortable situations. He tries an inside trip, but doesn't have his hips in. And
he got 3, some back points, looking for the pin now as well. Dania, Sibomana, Poe hanging on by a thread. And there it is! Dania Sibomana is a county champion yet again.
4th title, right?
His 4th, yes. You can tell by the fingers he put up there. He won his 3rd in a row last year and make it 4 now. So congratulations to Dania. We have not certainly seen the last of him. Not here, not upstate, not in Eastern States, not nationally. As we move on to 124, and again, 2 guys. This is your main event for a reason. Strianese, Jake Strianese out of Oceanside, the senior. What a great year he's had. The number 1 seed, Carlos Salazar, the number 2 seed, the sophomore out of Hewlett.
A lot of great matches up to this one. This one to be the main event, so should be exciting.
Strianese with an 11-9 victory over Greg Walpole out of Long Beach in the semifinals. Salazar won by fall over Jahari Floyd from Freeport.
Collision course to get here.
Strianese, the Oceanside junior, 40-4 on the year. He placed third last year. That had to be tough when he beat his teammate Chase Morris 3-1.
Pretty good shot there, but Salazar heavy hips here. You can see chest up. He's got the ankle controlled. It's going to be hard for Strinisi to finish, but he's going to get his laces up here. And he's going to continue to go around, try to step over that leg, but Salazar is blocking him here with a nice whizzer. Good defense here by Salazar. Now he's got his hips square. He's in decent position, but Strinisi is strong, not giving in on that high crotch finish here. Stalemate by John Hamilton.
And these are two of the best, not only in the county, but in the state. Strinisi, we mentioned, 40-4 on the year, 130 wins, 22 losses. Salazar, 36-4 on the year, 134-31 overall.
These guys put their time in. That's why you see good flurries here, good technique. Both comfortable out there. They don't panic in situations. All comes from experience.
Salazar last year won the 116 pounds title, beating Greg Walpole of Long Beach. They wrestled again upstate, with Salazar placing 8th when he lost to Walpole 4-3. And the period ends scoreless.
Good first period. Both guys getting after it.
Strinisi committed as well to Williams College. And Salazar, a guy who, after all this wrestling, Kevin, would love to be a county champion and then make a run for the border. Big Taco Bell fan.
Great stuff. Wrestlers love their junk food, that's especially after a year of making weight, cutting weight, and it's kind of their reward for a good season.
Hey, there's one not too far from here, down the turnpike.
Nice high crotch. Strinisi tried to cut the corner, but Salazar caught him, and now he's just got to get his right arm across, and he's going to score. And also stay between the legs here. No points yet, as we see from John Hamilton. He's got to get his right arm across. Now he's on his hips. He's got to lace the leg here. Now he's going to score.
Carlos Salazar with 3. All right, he'll give that escape up.
Coach is telling him to go on her feet. He feels that they're better. See if that pays off.
Yeah, 3-2 now.
Nice re-attack there. That's high-level stuff from Salazar.
And 3 more for him.
Just quick, lightning quick.
A pair of takedowns gives him a 6-2 lead. And maybe here, rinse and repeat, right? Maybe just give it up, and he will, to try to get 3 more.
Yeah, he's clearly the better wrestler on the feet. Strinisi has to get him moving side to side more. Shooting straight on is not working because of the quickness of Salazar, who's quick in his own right, too.
And that is the end of period number 2. It is Salazar, a 6-3 lead.
Oh, good mat return there from Strinisi. See if he can put a turn together. He can roll through.
Salazar trying to get that hand released.
Yeah, he knows that Strinisi's trying to do a roll through tilt. That's why he's basing out. He's not bringing his hips up till he clears his hands. That's smart on his part. Doesn't want to give him his wrist. That's why his hands are out. Now he's controlling the hand for the cradle. Nice sit out there. Very technical.
7-3 the lead now for Salazar.
Stranizia has to close the gap. He's a little too far out. That's why those takedowns are not effective. A little bit deeper here now. He's got to get his chest up. But Salazar, again, he's content here to just stalemate the position out, not force anything.
You can hear Salazar's coaches saying, listen, no stalemate. You have to work. Salazar peeks again. Stranisi tries to shoot.
He's just too far out, and Salazar's stance is good enough to where he can use his head and hands. He doesn't really have to sprawl.
Salazar, 4-point lead.
Ten seconds. He's got to make something work here.
And Salazar.
Good match.
Back-to-back county championships for the sophomore from Hewlett. In the main event, Carlos Salazar wins the 124-pound county championship. Congratulations to Carlos Salazar. Get yourself a grande burrito, Carlos. You've earned it.
He's not done yet. He's going to go upstate to get on that podium.
Maybe face Stranisi again upstate. Well, that'll do it here from Hofstra. Kevin, thanks so much again for lending your expertise. And of course, once again, we want to thank ORLIN and COHEN for their sponsorship. They feature a team of board-certified, fellowship-trained orthopedic subspecialists, as well as in-house advanced diagnostic imaging, neuromuscular testing, pain management, physical rehabilitation, and occupational therapy as well. Thanks once again to ORLIN and COHEN as well. So that'll do it here from the Mac Sports Complex. I want to thank our entire Varsity Media crew, our executive producer, Ben Turchin, our technical director / camera operator, Chris Sweeney, from my broadcast partner, Kevin Shippos. Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Hofstra. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.